Hello friends, it's Allison Vanderslice and thank you for joining me in this last video for Cardmas 2021. It's been a blast making these. Today we're going to be making a metallic watercolor splatter card front using this fun glitter watercolor that I got a few Christmases back. Here's some of the materials we'll use. It does say adhesive foam sheets, but I ended up not using those because we were fighting, so I just gave up on that. But you can use that for dimension if you want to. To start off, we actually need to activate the metallic watercolors by adding a little bit of water. But you can just drop in some water from a clean paintbrush if you need to. Let that sit for a little bit and then the inks will start to activate. On the right hand side, you'll see the watercolor pans, and I've actually zoomed in on that so that way we can see the magic of the glitter moving back and forth in the water. I'm just going to go through making sure that my paintbrush is clean for each color. I'll get some water on it, dip it into the color that I want, and then I'm going to tap my pointer finger onto the brush to get that splatter effect. I thought I was going to use a couple different brushes to get different splatter sizes, but I really liked the way how this one turned out, so I just stuck to this brush here. I'm going to go through with the red, the green, and the gold on this black cardstock, and then I'll switch it out and do the red, green, and pearl watercolors. While we're watching this, I'm just going to go and put in some holiday music, so I hope you enjoy. Does anybody else get this messy when they do splatter painting, or is it just me? Probably just me. While our splatter paint is drying, I'm going to use this Christmas shimmer paper and cut out the Believe sentiments. I'm just going through and showing you all the colors. Here is the Believe die cut that I will be using. And I'm just going to lay that down and cut out strips so that way I'm not taking out the whole sheet since I don't need it all. I'm going to cut out a strip in red, green, gold, and pearl. I'm going to go through and make the card bases. I'm going to score at 4¼ inches along the 8½ inch side, and then I'm going to cut at 5½ inches along the 11-inch side. I am using a speckled cardstock, which is a little bit of an off-white color. And then I'm actually going to need 2 more card bases, and I will use pure white pre-made card bases, which you'll see momentarily. After we scored and cut everything, we're going to go through and crease the edges with a bone folder. And there's just a close-up of what the watercolor is going to look like after it dries. I want to make sure that I have a border of the card bases, so I'm going to trim this down. Along the 11-inch side, we're going to cut it down to 10 inches, and then we'll rotate it and cut the 8½ inch side down to 7½ inches. A lot of people would probably just cut it in half like we scored, but cutting each time. But I didn't want to waste the long strips because I might want to use them in a future project as longer strips. After we trim it down to the size we want, I'm actually going to cut it down into the 4 card fronts. We're going to trim it down to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. This will make 4 card fronts. I'll show you what it looks like on the card base momentarily. With the sizing, it did make a little bit of a bigger border, which is what I was looking for. We're going to do the same thing with the second piece of cardstock. Cut it down to 10 inches by 7½ inches. We're going to trim it down to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then we'll have another 4 card fronts. I really liked how this looked on the black cardstock. There is even a little bit of texture from the paint, which is cool. Now we're going to take our liquid glue or any adhesive of your choosing and put that onto the back side of the speckled watercolor paper, and then glue that down to our card bases. I've filmed some of these clips in a time-lapse style to see what it would look like. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Do you like how this has been turning out, or do you prefer what I have been doing in previous videos? Now we're going to take our liquid glue and put that on the back of the Believe die cut sentiments that we cut out from the shimmer cardstock. You can put them all in the same place if you want, but I wanted to change it up each time and put them sporadically over the front. I even changed the layout of the card to be landscape for some of them. Here's the final product. Thank you again for joining me in this video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy my content, make sure that you subscribe for more videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.